Welcome to another exciting episode of Musa and Show. Here is what we have today.
Sanibona, namuhla ngifisa sikhulume nje kakhulukazi nge-EFF. I-political party engicabanga ukuthi it deserve more than just 9% eParliament. Nginezathu zami-ke ezenza ngisho njalo. Mhlawumbe-ke nawe ngenawo ngaba nazo ezakho zokungiphikisa. Isizathu esenza ukuthi ngiqale le video ngokusho njalo ukuthi ngibona omunye obecommentile izolo wathi i-EFF ayifuneka ithole less than 9% eParliament. Ngaphatheka kabi ngoba ngendlela active ngayo kukhona uyabona ukuthi ukungabi bikho kwayo eParliament sobe sishayekile ikakhulukazi thina bantu abala on the ground. Ngiyakuqonda ukuthi i-EFF kukhona izinto ezenza engahambelani nazo mina njengokwami. Ngiyakuqonda lokho futhi ngiyakuvuma ngoba lapho mangabe yenza izinto noma besho izinto engahambelani nazo mina ngiyavela ngithi ayi i-EFF la cha ayenzi kahle. Sizobheka ke bakhipha istatement la mayelana nodaba olubikiwe kunende unodaba olubikiwe kokubulawa kwabantu ngapha emaplazini. Sizobheka istatement leso kodwa ngaphambi singene kwistatement nodaba lolu elisho uminister ukukhuphuka kwe-fuel levy ngo 4%. I-EFF njengoba ubona la ku-screenshot iyaqhubeka ithi lena i-indirect ye-VAT okusho ukuthi uminister uhlehlisa i-VAT wabuya nenye indlela futhi ezothatha imali ebantwini. Sizokhuluma ngalokho ngoba kune-statement i-EFF futhi esikhiphile mayelana nodaba kodwa ngaphambi basingene konke lawo mavideo lawo khona i-statement esike sashow CIC kula maviki adlule wathi abanye abantu abaphuma ku-EFF bavele basangane emakhanda. Yazi le statement ngisizwile ngase ngibuka mina uDr Mbuyiseni Ndlozi ngamthothi hayi akasangene ekhanda uyaphila. Ngabuka uFloyd Shivambu ngamthothi akasangene uyaphila. Kodwa ukhona umuntu engimtholele ukuthi ngempela usangene ngicela uzwe la.
The apartheid government developed this country. We had less unemployment than we have now. We had less crime than we have now. We had less people being raped than we have now. We had competent prisons. We had competent schools. We had competent hospitals. We had competent courts.
Everything Mandisa just said is a fucking lie.
Awulalela uMandisa uncoma apartheid government uthi yenze kahle. Bekuneko ikole ezinjani. Kanje imfundo kubantu abamnyama bekuyimfundo enjani. Ebilitholwa abantu abamnyama. Ibikhona na imigwaqo wena njengakini ibikhona na imigwaqo imigwaqo yakhe uyena lo hulumeni wethu lo ohlulekayo phela akahlulekanga kukho konke amanye amalokishi adevelopile abanemigwaqo kwakhona ugesi eindaweni la ubungekho khona waba khona ugesi kwenziwa uye lo hulumeni wethu ohlulekayo. Apartheid government ayizange iwakhele bonke abantu amaklinika ayizange yakhele yonke imiphakathi izindlu ayizange yakhele imiphakathi yonke imigwaqo ama street light sikhule thina kumnyama khandlela ugesi ungeke ugesi ufike nje kamumva manje yini lo Mandisa ayincomayo uyabona mawubheka lemthetho engifakela ku screen sakho lemthetho ithi abantu abamnyama bavumeleka ngona umhlaba no property apartheid government la kuthiwa khona umuntu omnyama nomhlophe akufananga bahola imali elingana noma bengenza umsebenzi olinganayo nofanayo. Ngizodedela ubhuti la khulume kodwa lobu bufakazi bokuthi mawuphume ku-EFF kwesinye isikhathi uyasangana ekhanda nanguMandisa uyasangana ngempela usangana ngempela angazi na incoma mhlawumbe mangathiwa ayibabeli manje nje kanconizwe ngingavuma ngoba kunezinto abazenza kodwa bezenzela ingxenye ethize yabantu babenzela imiphakathi yasemakubo hayi wonke umuntu ohlala eSouth Africa hayi wonke umuntu. Ngizocaphuna ivideo la akukhulunywa khona ngeemployment ngeshwa ke angezukuyifaka ivideo emveni kokuba ubhuti lo esekhulumini ngizocaphuna ivideo la kukhuluma khona uBotha ngiyacabanga mangaba ngenza iphutha uBotha uzokhuluma uzozwela wena ukuthi uthini bese ungitshela ukuthi yini yayingcono ngaleso simo leso. Asiqhubeke nobhuti before nje ngena ku-EFF ngithe angeke ngidlule kulolu daba uthi uCIC ngathi wayiqinisile abanye mabephuma ku-EFF bayasangana la ekhanda.
And honestly, at this point, am I the only one who thinks this woman is actually racist? Here is a black woman who is so obsessed with white supremacy that she romanticizes apartheid. She claims we had less unemployment during apartheid. Imagine being proud that black people had jobs under a system that paid them crumbs. There was no minimum wage. Yes, black people had jobs, but they had no labor rights to protect them from exploitation. That sounds like legalized slavery to me. Who in their right mind would want a job during apartheid? I'd rather be unemployed under the ANC government than to be used as a slave under the apartheid government. Mandisa says crime was lower during apartheid. Ma'am, the only reason you think there was less crime is because under apartheid, crimes against black people were not counted. Crime statistics during apartheid were exclusively collected from white neighborhoods. Crimes committed against black people were ignored and not even classified as real crimes. The government didn't stop crime. They sponsored it, as long as the victims were black. The police were the criminals. In townships and rural areas, many crimes such as rape and theft went unreported because black people knew the police would not help them. You can't compare crimes today with a system that deliberately ignored crimes against the majority of the population. Today's statistics reflect a country where black people's lives and safety actually matter enough to be recorded. She claims that schools were better during apartheid. Does this woman think we are stupid? As if black people were not forced into Bantu education. Those schools were designed to keep black children unskilled. She says we had the death penalty to protect us. No, the death penalty was there to intimidate and kill black freedom fighters. Mandisa is desperately trying to gain relevance by being strategically ignorant. Not only is Mandisa Mashego spreading misinformation, she's regurgitating white supremacist talking points.
Talk about the Industrial Reconciliation Act. Is that something that replaced the Job Reservation Act?
No, the Industrial Reconciliation Act is an old act. It's been on the statute book since the 20s.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and as far as the so-called job reservation is concerned, it deals with less than 3% of all the workers. But it is a question of protecting certain workers who cannot do anything else but that particular work.
Well, when I was in Durban a dozen years ago, if you wanted to drive a taxi, you had to be a white man. Is that also the case now?
No, there are taxis owned and driven by whites, there are taxis owned and driven by coloreds, and there are taxis owned and driven by blacks.
So that there has been improvement on that particular point?
As far as I know, that has always been the case. It might have been just different in Durban, but in Cape Town, as far as I know, it has always been the case.
Well, what jobs are excluded to blacks? You say only 3%. Would you give me a description of a job that a black may not hold?
No, candidly, it's not a question that he cannot hold that particular job. It's a question that the whites who are holding that particular job, because they can do nothing else, are protected in that job. But I can't think of any practical example just at the moment. Because as I've told you, it refers to less than 3% of all work.
Ngenxa ye-copyright angikwazanga ukufakela le video kodwa uyamuzwa ukuthi kunemsebenzi abantu abamnyama babengavumelekanga ukuthi bayisebenze babengavumelekile. Yiphi ke le uMandisa akhuluma ngayo? Angiyeke ke indaba kaMandisa singene kule ndaba le engilethe la. Odabeni lwe 2% uTreasurer General we-EFF ukhulume kanje last week.
Chair, we reject the fuel levy. When we rejected VAT in March, we never said it must be replaced with fuel levy because that's what Treasury did. They just went to convert VAT to a fuel levy. And what is more painful is that increase of 16 cents per liter of petrol and 15 cents of diesel is only going to generate 4 billion. You are saying that yourself. But the impact of that is far much deeper than that 4 billion we're trying to raise. The fuel levy cuts across everyone, Chair. The bakery that carries bread from town to the rural village, it means the fuel is going to be more. The hospital, the ambulances that must carry the patients, it means it's going to be more. Every worker that goes to work, whether with a train, whether with a taxi, whether with a car, gets impacted. So it's a regressive tax, which is far much more than worse than the VAT. So you've taken us from VAT to worse. And even if you can say in the GNU, you agree, we reject the fuel levy. We demonstrated to you, we spoke about it here the last time you were here, DG, that our neighboring countries who gets fuel from us are charging petrol less than us. We demonstrated to you, Lesotho, Botswana, Namibia. Actually, those villages that are lying across the borders, they must go back to fueling in those countries. But sadly, they take fuel from Talton in Johannesburg, all of them. And yet, Bona in their countries, they pay less. They pay less now before your increase of 16 cents and 15 cents. It means we're going to sit to the situation where South Africans actually pay 2 rands more than those neighboring countries that take fuel from us.
Njengoba umuzwa ke u-Treasurer General Omphile Mautu ebeka la ukuthi ukukhuphuka kuka petrol ku-affecta yonke into ngoba into eningi za transport ukhuluma nje ngebhayikari esusa izinkwe esuse la ezikana khona izeseyindaweni esemakhaya okuphoqa ukuthi makhuphuka upetrol ayikhuphuke isinkwa sizokhuphuka ukhuluma ngama ambulance athutha abantu so kungakhona nje ukuthi kuzofaka u15 cent or 16 cents kodwa ekugcineni kosuku impact yakhona izoba inkulu ngaphezulu kokucabanga kwethu ngizocaphuna ivideo la yawumama la uzochaza ukuthi kunabelungu ababulale izingane bese ke emveni kwalapho siqhubeka sithola ivideo yesibili bese ke sifunda istatement se-EFF emveni kokufunda ke statement bese siyivala ivideo kodwa ngiyafisa ukuza ukuphawula kwakho mayelana nje nalolu daba lonke kusuke ekuqaleni uze kufike ekugcineni ngiyathanda ngiyawafunda ama comments kakhulu izathu senza ukuthi ngiwafunde ngingawazi ukuthi indlela esixoxa ngayo noma siphikisana asixabani siyaphikisana nje ngoba kuphambene imbono ngiyafisa ukuzwa kodwa umbono wakho kulolu daba lonke ngicela uzwe la
leli bhunileli lona libiza ingane zethu lithi labona izinja okusiphatha kabuhlungu khona izinja zabantu thina sazi kahle ukuthi amabhuna ayithanda kabi izinja ukuba kuyizinja wayizoyivikela ngoba kwakuba abantu abaminyama wayesebashayisa ngamabomu.
Sengicina nje mzala ngicela usondele sizwa nithi lesi into kanje yayiqala ukwenzeka ngathi futhi usolakala ukuthi ngonyaka odlule khona enye ingozi aye kuyo ngicela usichazela ngalokho ukuthi enkantolo kuvelani.
Esikuthola ukuvela enkantolo ukuthi yebo akaqali yena ukwenza isigameko esifana nalesi futhi zonke igameko ukutholakala ukuthi usuke edakiwe okusimangazayo ukuthi kuleli lokuqala ke kwakhona wayephunywe kanjani azazokwenza isigameko esifana nalesi ngoba uma sibuka lesigameko esenzeke kokugcina kulezi ngane zakithi kubuya njenge-attack akubukeki njengento kwaba iphutha noma kanjani ngoba ingane zayihamba ku pavement awukwazi ukusuka ku-tar road ungene kwi-pavement la kuhamba khona abantu ngeenyawo maqede lapho abanye amabhunakini azokuseka lapho akulekelela ukuthi u-escape noma ubaleke lapho endaweni ikona kwasiphatha kakhulu ngoba nakhona kulapho esigamekweni sangonyaka odlule kwashona umuntu nakhona wathi mayicheckwa futhi igazi kwatholakala ukuthi ubedakiwe kakhulu futhi kwasimangaza kuma sifika endaweni esigameko sithola umbiko ukuthi uyena Martin futhi lo owenza isigameko last year lo sephinde wenza into efanayo ezingane zakithi ingakho sithi kubhlungu kakhulu okukhomba ukuthi unempi abantu amanyama ngoba sonke isikhathi makusuke kuzolimala umuntu ngesandla sakhe kusuke kunomuntu omnyama phakathi kukancane uzokuthiwa ulimaze umuntu kunabantu ababala elimhlophe elifanayo nelakhe
njengoba uzwa ke bebeka labo omndeni kubhlungu ngempela ngoba leli bhunu lishayisile izingane zabo kodwa kubhlungu kakhulu ukuthi aliqala ukwenza lokho lona lebhunu leli alizange ligwetshwe ngokwedlule okukhombisa khona ukuthi umthetho esinawo eSouth Africa unalo ibala ngake ngakusho lokho ngathi umthetho umuntu ongasaboshwe nje yimnawe ngoba sinayo imali futhi umuntu ongasaboshwe yimnawe ngoba simnyama asikho mhlophe kukhona ibhune lagoloza noma umlungu wagoloza kuya kuZondo Commission of Inquiry kodwa akazaboshwa kodwa enye indoda yagoloza yaboshwa angifuni ke ukukhuluma ngalokho kodwa nje ngizama ukukuvezela ukuthi umthetho esinawo eSouth Africa unalo ibala okwesibili umthetho esinawo eSouth Africa ubuke iphakethe lakho ukuthi limi kanjani bese uyaboshwa asiqhubeke sithole enye video phambi sifunde statement.
In the meantime, let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal now. A farmer accused of killing 3 young women after he allegedly ran over them in the area of Dalton has been granted bail of 10,000 rand. Police have confirmed that he is currently facing charges of culpable homicide and drunk driving, with investigations still underway. The case is expected back in court on the 26th of June. Let's catch up now with our reporter Sletiwe Ndlovu.
Yena lo muntu okukhulunywa ngaye awenze leli cala leli ngathi bathathu labantwana abashayisile ngingambaleli abaya ubekiwe amacala uthola ibheli ka 10,000 rand ilokhu nje esikutholile kuumbiko Sizodlula ke lapho ke siphinde sizwe ukuthi bathini ebese ke sifunda istatement se-EFF. Kodwa ngizama ukukuvezela nje ukuthi kwenzakalani ezweni esiphila kulo nanokuthi umthetho lo unalo ibala.
Bafika sebeletha u20,000 sesiqede thina sangcwaba ngesonto. Bona bafika ngomsombuluko sesiqede ukungcwaba thina.
So ugogo uthi khona bakamsolwa abafika beletha imali la ekhaya.
Yebo, kwafika umuntu ehamba nokhoji. Kanti kusashoniwe kwafika belungu abawu2 nomuntu bezokhala isilili bazobona bezothi naye uthakaza ukuthi kwakwenze njani.
Ngoba bese selikhulumile udaba lweVAT ngeke sisifundeke sonke le statement kodwa kubalekile la babhalele uSpeaker weParliament becela ukuthi iParliament ayingenelela intervene kule ndaba le yefuel levy ngoba izocindezela abantu. Bathi ke dear honorable speaker sibhala la as economic freedom fighters ukwazisa ngalolu daba urgent concerning indaba ye ekhona lapha kwi budget process. Specifically Minister of Finance upropose ukuthi implementa law ukuthi litha lika petrol alikhuphuke ngo16 cent bese kuthi lika diesel likhuphuke ngo15 cent. Kwi general fuel levy kuyonke lento enzakalayo. Le proposal ekhona la eyakhishwe ngoMay 2025 ifanele iqala ukusebenza ngomhla ka4 June. Bathi bayaqonda ukuthi noma kuye kwathathwa igxathu lezomthetho ukuze kuvinjwe indaba yeVAT eladisiye nayo icourt yangenelela. Uminister manje usebona ukuthi ngcono ayilethe yona leVAT kodwa seyiletha ngenye indlela ngendaba ye-fuel levy. Asiyibambela ngeke sisifunde sonke le statement ngoba sesikhulumele ngaso asingene kulesi sinye. Istatement lesi EFF isikhiphe ngomsombuluko womhla ka26 kuMay 2025 sifundeka kanje. I-Economic Freedom Fighters idlulisa ukucasuka mayelana nokubulawa kweingane eziwu3 zabantu abamnyama eDalton kwaZulu Natal bebulawa umlimi omhlophe white farmer okusolakala ukuthi uvele wagibela phe kwabo ngemoto. Athi lesi akusona isenzo nje sobugebengu kodwa siveza ukujula kwalolu dlame lolu oluya ngokubuhlanga ngokuma racist violence aqhubekayo la eSouth Africa. Bathi lobugebengu obushiya imndeni ihlukumezekile nomphakathi wonke uhlukumezekile kuveza ngempela ukuthi kunempi yangempela kulelizwe futhi lempi ebhekiswe kakhulu kubantu abamnyama abangenawo umhlaba. Iningi labo elisacindezekile ngabo laba abamhlophe. Athi ke iSouth Africa yonke le siyibonile lento abelungu abaningi benza ubugebengu kodwa obuthakethe abantu abamnyama. Bathi ngo2017 ababili abamhlophe eMpumalanga baboshwa ngokuphoqelela a young black man ukuthi angene eboxini. Bamthreatenisha ukuthi bazolayitha ngo2016. Ababili futhi abamhlophe eNorthwest badonsa ingane ayina 9 years uyomfana ngebhakhi after bem-accuse ukuthi utshontshe isunflower. Ngo2024 a 6-year-old man washayiswa imoto eshayiswa umlimi omhlophe eWestern Cape after em-accuse ukuthi umtshontshele i-orange. Lawa ngabambalwa nje ama-case abawabalile akhona amanye nje kodwa bazama ukuveza isithombe sokuthi lento eyenzakalayo ayiqali kodwa lento ebelokho yenzeka. Bathi ke EFF iphinde yaqhubeka yathola indaba ukuthi emveni kwasekwenzekele lecala umndeni womsolo uhambile wayemndeni no-offer 20,000. Bathi ke lokhu kuyinhlamba ngoba kuthathe ngathi impilo yomuntu omnyama icheap ingathengwa nje noma kanjani. Ngakho ke iEFF idemand justice for labantwana laba kanye nemndeni yabo. Bathi noma ke bekuzwile ukuthi local police station iqinisekise ukuthi uboshiwe lo mnomzane lo bathi kodwa bademanda a thorough investigation kanye ne prosecution of this white farmer. Bathi ke iEFF idlulisa amazwi enduduzo emndenini kanye nama victim futhi bayaqinisekisa ukuthi bazoma nomndeni kulezi khathi ezinzima futhi bazobe beweseka umndeni ngakho konke uze uyithole ijustice. Iyona-ke iletha le ekhishwe i-EFF mayelana nalolu daba olubuhlungu olohlele lomndeni ukuthi ingane eziwu-3 zishayiswe umlungu ngemoto zashona. Bangcwabile-ke abomndeni njengoba adesha ugogo. Waboshwa-ke lo mlungu kodwa kuphumile ngebheli noma kuvelile futhi ukuthi aqala ukwenzeka. Yena lo mlungu yedwa kuvelile ukuthi aqala ukwenzeka kodwa-ke inkantolo iyona enika abantu ibheli ngezathu zayo esuke izibona kodwa nje kube kuya ngami bengeke ngivume mina ukuthi lo muntu athole ibheli ekubeni engaqala ukwenza icala. Kuba ubeqala besothi hayi lo muntu uyadeserve ukuba semphakathini ubengaqala ukwenza icala. Kodwa ngoba i-justice system yethu nje kungenzeka kwalona leli cala liphelele emoyeni unless i-EFF izolilandelela. Yingakho-ke ngithe ukuba khona kwe-EFF eParliament kuyinto ebaluleke kakhulu. Kuyinto ebaluleke ngendlela eyisimanga yasebenza i-EFF. Yikho nje ukuthi abantu phela abathembekanga. Abantu bayazi ukuthi uma bexakekile funeka bayegijimela ku-EFF bese kuthi uma sekufika isikhathi sokuvota bavotela i-ANC. Kodwa nje eqinisweni lilonke i-EFF ibalulekile eParliament. Mina nawe sidibane kwivideo elandelayo, ngiyabonga.